तो मुस्कुराइए ना, कोई मर गया है क्या? That's how Veer Das welcomes you when you just log into this entire new world of Hasmukh on Netflix, directed by Nikhil Gonsalves and Veer Das. Today they are with us at Peeping Moon. So hi guys, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
Hi
great.
guys.
Hi. Before we start, please tell me what's this entire line, because it had been splits completely. It was so just casually done, and then the next thing you know is कोई मर गया है क्या?
I don't know. I don't remember when we came up with it. When I was writing the stand-up, I think, and I mean, I watched a lot of Hindi comedians too, because I've never written Hindi comedy before. So I watched a lot of Ehsan Qureshi, uh, Zakir Khan, Johnny Lever, etc. And everybody has a Takya Kalam. And so I feel like Hasmukh needed one. Which is so nice. तो मुस्कुराइए ना, कोई मर गया क्या? Is a good kalam for him to have, especially because he's killing people. So yeah, that's where we came into it.
Nikhil, what's your take on that?
Yeah, it started with the fact that as Hasmukh needed a Satya Kalam, and the thing was that since it's not like one slapstick laugh out loud comedy, so we basically said that's how Jara Muskuraiye na, because when Hasmukh comes in, everybody is contemplating what is he going to do, or what is he going to say, and that's how the Satya Kalam came about.
Veer, is it true that it was your idea to have a small town comedian who and the story about attaching it with a murder angle? Was it your concept somewhere? I was reading one of Nikhil Advani's pieces. Is it true?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so about 3.5 years ago, I had the idea for Hasmukh, and I took it to Nikhil Advani because I wanted a great producer on it. The show basically comes from two places. Number one, I think every comedian is very superstitious about things that we do before we get on stage. For instance, for me, I have a leather belt that I've worn for every show that I've done since I was 20, 21 years old. Yeah, so I've been wearing it for 9 years, and it doesn't match anything. It's a shitty belt, but I still wear it anyway. And I have one song that I'll listen to, thoda exercises karunga. And also I feel like जब आप शुरू कर रहे हैं अपना comedy career, how to be yourself on stage, you need to rely on lots of base emotion, often with energy. So it was that those things combined. I wrote a 35-page episode and I took it to Nikhil, and it was mostly funny comedy. And as a filmmaker, he said it needs more narrative, it needs more structure, and it needs to be darker. So that's really, once we started developing together, we kind of said, okay, I'll be in charge of funny on this show, and he can be in charge of the darkness on this show, and those two can come together.
Nice. Nikhil, the question is for you. If I'm not wrong, Hasmukh focuses on this ambition versus morality debate. Is that how we should sum it?
Yes. So I also see it as, I also see it as like a lot of artists, a lot of creative people who are always trying to struggle. I mean, they might always trying to struggle to get their expression, get themselves to express freely or in whichever way they want. And that is how, to what extent will they go to get that done? So that's, for me, that's what Hasmukh is.
That's okay. Veer, your bad comic timing is only improved that if you do a murder. But can we say your ambition to be that innocent comedian from a small town is not there anymore? If we have to look deeper into your character.
I think what you have to understand about Hasmukh is him at the beginning of his journey. So Hasmukh is bad at everything at the start of the show. He's a bad comedian. He's a very bad social interactor, and he's also a bad murderer. He's not a very good murderer either. So it is the best vibe is influenced in all areas, and he's figuring it out. He's figuring out how to be a murderer. He's figuring out how to deal with the emotions of being a murderer. He's never been to Bombay before. So you're catching him really at the start of his career. So who he becomes and how he reconciles and all of that stuff, that's the journey. That's what you have to watch the show for. But right now he's terrible at everything that he does. So I feel like I should say that to everybody who's watching the show, saying if you're expecting brilliance in Hasmukh stand-up comedy and murder right now, no, that will come later, but you have to stay with the show because he's terrible at the start of the show. That's why he needs to murder people.
My question to you both is, Hasmukh. My first impression, as soon as I ended up the trailer, was apart from that, yes, of course, it's a very strong premise which one could see. Is it safer to say it's a dark comedy, and our audience in India, I would not say okay to accept it because unfortunately or not, we always take our comedies for granted. If that is the way we just. Confine them in boxes. So this dark comedy format, how well do you think there is this audience for it to accept it with an open mind per se?
I think, firstly, I'd say that Hasmukh is not just dark comedy, it's dark comedians. You know what I mean? That's the best way I can describe Hasmukh.
That's actually really thank you.
It's dark comedians. It's comedians doing some very, very dark things, and yes, also doing comedy. So yes, the show will make you laugh, and it's a big joyride, and lots of things happen. But I remember watching Gangs of Wasseypur with so many people, and Gangs of Wasseypur is not a comedy, and people were laughing at many sequences in Gangs of Wasseypur as well, getting stabbed just randomly or shot just randomly as well. The one thing that Nikhil Advani and Nikhil both fought for was to make this character very likable. Even though he's a murderer, he's a bhondu, he's a, what do you call it, chomu. He's just a loser of a character who happens to have 5 minutes of brilliance per episode when he's murdering people, right? So I think he'll almost endear himself to you. So you're not watching like some very treacherous, dark man do things. There's innocence at the heart of this show,
Nikhil, I'll ask you also here. How difficult or easy was it to differentiate Veer Das as one of the most popular stand-up comedians to Veer Das as an actor? Is it difficult to work with to get that on camera and to do on stage? I think there are two different things. What was Veer working with for you?
So the interesting thing was that when we started discussing, so I have to give it to Veer that first time when I've said this before, that the first time I went to Veer, the first thing that was in my mind was that how would we break the image of Veer Das? That's what everybody knows is an urban, somebody who's urban and somebody who's does stand-up now. So our main thing was that how do we change this perception of how he has been portrayed before and what his image is in for stand-ups or comedy. So our main thing was how does Hasmukh become different, and that is the first thing we started working on. That and luckily, I think what few ideas about Hasmukh could be. And along the writing process, I think we had also, we had, of course, we stayed with it much longer than I had, but I think the best thing was that our ideas, and like we really collaborated on the fact of who Hasmukh should be so that he comes across as a normal human being, like a normal everyday person who you find on the streets and not somebody who is already known to everybody. I think that was the biggest challenge. And I think to a great extent, I hope, but I think that we've achieved that.
I think also, I should give it to Gonzi and the team. One thing they did very, very smartly with Hasmukh, as a comedian, I'm known to be very active because you're performing. Comedians are very active, right?
Exactly.
What they did here and what we were able to do with Ranveer Shore's character and Manoj Pawar's character and Ravi Kishan's character and Amrita's character is they surrounded Hasmukh with very loud, in-your-face, active characters.
And some really
Hasmukh is actually
actors.
very subdued.
Yeah, some very strong bunch of actors, like one of the most capable cast, one as we say, like to support the entire premise.
But the writing behind their characters is very, very strong. They're very active, in-your-face characters. Hasmukh is actually the most subdued person in the show. He's only very active when he murders or when he performs. So that was an interesting thing, to just play the most quiet character in the show and respond to what these other actors were doing, which is largely what Hasmukh is doing in this show, is responding.
Was it difficult for you, Veer? Because as you just said that you are out there, like you never shy away from putting out an opinion. As a comedian, you have a very, very strong voice out there. Like, was it difficult for you to restrain back and just go with the script which is with you?
Well, I mean, I helped write it, so I understood the script, but it was very easy simply because I'm also the least experienced actor on the show. You know, as a comedian as myself, I have experience, so I'm very well putting a force behind my opinion. But if you're
For a
standing,
second, Ranveer is here. Let me just add him.
Yeah,
Just
finally.
yeah,
Request to go.
finally, yeah. Thankfully, I got a notification. Otherwise, I would have been like, I missed on him.
yeah.
Uh, I think he should be here in a few seconds. Hi, Ranveer. I think he can hear us now.
Hello.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
good. And I will not waste your time. And I have a very interesting question for you out here.
Hmm.
Ranveer, if I have to put it, you are the wings beneath Hasmukh wings. Like you are the one who has
You mean I am the wind? I am the wind beneath.
wind
Hasmukh's wings.
beneath Hasmukh's wing, and you're this catalyst.
But you also the wings beneath my wings. You are my double wings.
The wings.
Wind. I think this technology is going to steal. But yes, should we say you are the catalyst who somehow shows Hasmukh the path that ye tumhara mojo hai before you hit the stage?
Yep.
I think I mean, it's not like he discovers some big secret. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to start discussing the show before people have even seen it. But you can safely say that yes, they feed off each other. They both need each other, and I think that's what drives not just the relationship but also the show.
I think Ranveer's character of Jim is what basically the he got the correct talent all the time.
And talent both for comedians and victims as well. He's like, ye acha victim ho sakta hai. So he recognizes the potential in both murderers and victims.
Nice. So we have this a small town boy from Saharanpur who turns into this murder entire premise we have discussed before. So this entire thing, who, how, and why to murder? Exactly who takes the shots here? कि किसको कब कहाँ कैसे मारना है? Who's the one? It's like because this trailer is like it feels. I should asking me Ranveer this thing like. Who, why, how? This is all your call.
See, Ranveer he always
Nonsense. I'm not chatting. Okay?
I think I lost my voice.
Question that you asked after the show is seen by people. So, who, why, show is about. These are questions asked.
Can you hear me? I think.
Yeah, Ankita, I don't think you're frozen, huh? निखिल जी, आपने पोक में आज क्या डाला है?
Can you guys see?
कल है.
आज क्या बनाया है निखिल जी आपने?
I think it suddenly got frozen, and the next thing I know was I was exited out of nowhere. I'm so sorry. This is also equally new for me. This new form of interview, so I'm really sorry for the glitch.
No problem.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay, so I'll take it ahead from there. Should I repeat my question? Because honestly, I couldn't hear anything you guys said in the last question.
Sure.
So basically, what Ranveer tried to say is that we don't want to reveal too much about the show, and that answer to that question will come across in the show. That's what we were trying to say.
All right. I'll take that one. Tell me something. In this, it's not one of the nicest times maybe to per se when everyone is quoting that in this lockdown time we are cashing on the OTT content. But on the other hand, I think it's also one of the right times where we need comedy to just take out the gloominess out of the lives of so many people out there who might not be able to cope this entire lockdown situation in the best of abilities. Do you think Hasmukh is going to be of a certain push to them, like it's like take it a little bit easy and bring some cheer to all the situation which we are right now into?
I think if you
The
ask me, the mood for Hasmukh is the perfect mood right now. Is the mood right now that the world is in, which
Yeah.
is it is kind of scary, but it's kind of funny also.
Yeah. And I think
so
also
Ankita, we
sometimes
basically
you feel better if somebody's going through a worse time than you are. And I promise you, Hasmukh is having a shittier time than anybody that you can watch. So if nothing else, just watch Hasmukh because he's going through a lot, and you'll feel better about your life when you watch him because he's going through a terrible time.
So Ankita, I think I just wanted to clarify that we were always going to release in April.
Yeah.
The thing was that Hasmukh was always meant to release in April. It was just we just got pushed by a week, thinking that the virus would run away and everything would be fine. But that's not what happened. But we
Yeah.
were always going to release in April.
Veer, my question is for you. You are very straightforward when it comes to your political views per se, like be it on Instagram or any social media platform. Should we say, because this is something I really wanted to ask, that politics and you are like this chalk and cheese relationship. It's like it just goes so smoothly with you. Whenever there is, honestly, whenever there's something big in political scenario, I definitely tune up to Veer Das and see what he exactly has to say on that. So, what's your take on
Uh,
that one?
I don't think it's. I don't think I'm talking about politics any more or less than anybody else in the country. I happen to be doing it on a stage. I think if you do this for a while, stand-up comedy, maybe you don't get better or you don't get funnier, but you at least what you're thinking of that comes out more freely onto the stage, onto the page, right? And therefore onto the stage. And we're all thinking about politics a lot more than we used to 5, 10, 20 years ago. So I mean, it's just whatever's in your subconscious you're thinking about. So yeah, if there's a bill or if there's a law, or if there's something, or if there's a leader you're thinking about it, it comes out. And I feel like the audience is very cool these days. Where the point of comedy is we can fundamentally disagree about something but still laugh at it under the same roof. Na? So if you come to the show, there's like left wingers, right wingers, everybody's there, and we're all laughing because it genuinely is quite stupid across the board.
And one of the last few questions. Do you think OTT has given us finally the solid platform where strongly we can say that censorship is not something which we are seeking out for? Because even as the youth, per se, if I can talk about, we need content which is unfiltered and content which actually shows the way it is supposed to be shown across. So, had it not been for an OTT platform, a content like Hasmukh, do you think it would have been difficult for it to get the kind of a setup in a maybe a film scenario or maybe in a television series scenario?
Well, it need a lot bigger stars to work as as a film. I'll tell you that. The unfortunate pressure of theatrical recovery and making money back on a film means that the true experimentation is being done by very, very, very large commercial entities and very large stars. So for small fish like myself, OTT platforms have been a really big blessing for us to be able to experiment and create. So yeah.
What do you think, Ranveer? Because you have some great body of work out there, and do you think that OTT actually is like a boon to a series like Hasmukh, where it's the way you want to say it, with films we know we have to cut out things, we have to work out on certain semantics.
Absolutely, I think OTT, any way you look at it, is a blessing, because you know, like Veer also said, being able to experiment in films is is an expensive affair. It's a very difficult thing, not only because of the cost of production, but also because of the bottleneck of distribution. Distribution and in theatrical in the theatrical medium is kind of controlled by a select bunch of people, and it's very difficult to break that. And I've been working in the movies for 20 years, and I can tell you that some really good films don't get the
But
kind of shows they deserve, the kind of attention they deserve. And what does get attention is the same relationships, the same star system, you can call it, or you can call it the same production houses, the big production houses which make movies with stars. Only they get access to distribution properly. And in that scenario, I think OTT is a blessing for everyone, not just for filmmakers and actors and writers and artists, but also for the audience. Because for an audience, what you want to watch is available for you to watch when you want to watch it.
Exactly.
And that is not something which comes from any other medium, whether it's theatrical films or whether it's television. Even in television, it's the programmer who decides what you watch at what time. But with OTT, it's a complete game changer. The audience decides what they want to watch, when they want to watch, how they want to watch, whether they want to watch it in banyan, chaddi, or how, you know. So, so I think OTT is a blessing any way you look at it. So I'm a huge
Like
I'm a
I
huge
personally, if
fan.
I would have to add, like as you said, it's my convenience. Like I can watch it without having the pressure to, like, to be seated somewhere. I'm not taking away from cinema's experience, but then yes, there are certain content which need to be unfiltered. I can't have beep sounds, definitely, which I've been hearing from a lot
Hmm.
of actors in the last couple of days when we are talking from OTT actors. They're like, the one thing which actually boosts our morale, be it a director who's saying it or an actor, we don't have to do with the beeps. We don't have to take out the expression out of it. Like you can't mute one single
Hmm.
abuse because it's in Hindi and let the English abuse pass. The sentence just goes all over the place. Like you totally lose the
Hmm.
magic out there.
Yep,
So
I think like Nikhil brought this up earlier that uh, the kind of freedom that OTT offers right now is ideal. But I just fingers crossed. I hope nazar na lag jaye, and I hope it doesn't change.
yeah, there are already talks of people having some censorship runs on OTT also. So before we part ways, one thing you guys will definitely be doing as soon as this entire lockdown, the quarantine period is over. One thing which you guys are really looking forward to. Tell me.
Veer?
Going home, going to Noida. My parents are in Noida, and I think the tough thing about this quarantine is, we're all worried about the older generation. You know what I mean? In this, and the idea of not being able to get to them or not being able to access them, should something go wrong or should something be wrong. So I want to go see my parents once this is done immediately. That's it. That's my first port of call. So yeah.
Nikhil, Ranveer, what you guys have to say?
Yeah, this is the same thing with me. I actually want to see my parents. My parents stay in Bombay, but I haven't seen them for over a month. And I think that's the first thing I want to do. I want to go and see my mother and father.
And
Well,
Ranveer?
my dad, my father lives with me, so thankfully, I'm not in such a stressful situation as these guys are. And the first thing that I'll do after this lockdown ends, I don't know, maybe just go out for a walk, just stroll on the street. Like I mean, I just miss that, just being able to walk on the street without having to worry about that this is not allowed. I think I'll just walk on the street, go maybe go to a tree and hang under the tree, and then maybe kill a bat and cook a live bat,
And start a new
and then
strain.
go to China for some time, go to Wuhan.
But I genuinely feel by the time this ends, we all learn something from it, because being in confinement, if nothing, has taught us that how precious the freedom is. And that's all. That's the best we can hope for at the moment.
I think the one thing we can learn as a country from this, uh, you know, if there's one thing I hope we as a country we can learn from this experience is discipline.
Yeah.
If we can learn discipline out of this situation, I can say that this can still be a blessing. But it's very difficult. I mean, the more news I read, the more you see how like jahil is the word. How many
Yeah,
jahils
it's
we
all
have in this
chaotic.
country.
What do you have to say, Veer, on this as we are parting ways? Like just the last few words.
What?
This one, if you would like to take a head Ranveer statement, like what's the one takeaway which we are going to have from this entire thing, because it's not something easy, and it might be the first ever episode many of us would have even seen in our lifetimes of being confined to our spaces across the globe.
I think it's there's a psychology of the simplicity of togetherness. You know what I mean? It's actually being together with somebody is very, very simple. I think that's what we'll take away. I'm very senti, so I'm very naive about this stuff. So I think at the end of this, there's going to be people hugging the shit out of each other and making babies and holding every hand that they can. Like जिस दिन vaccine निकलेगा और distribute होगा, उस दिन जाके एक दूसरे को ऐसे पकड़ेंगे जैसे कभी पहले पकड़ा नहीं था. So I think
सबके बिछड़े हुए हम आज कहाँ जाके मिले.
so that's my take.
ऐसे वायरस. Come on, we'll complete it.
No.
Come on, we complete it so we can say bye then. Come on, complete it for us.
We can sing us out as we say bye. Gonzi and I will wave.
But thank you guys. You guys have been really, really supportive with this interview. Thank you so much and wishing you really all the best.
Thank
for Hasmukh.
you.
And I hope
Thank
if
you,
Ask
Ankita.
Lovely, I will
Stay
see you
safe.
soon. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Bye guys. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.